What's up, guys? Nethervvoid here with more World of Tanks subscriber replays for you, and today we've got the M103, which is... why is it not going here? Okay, there we go. M103, awesome tank, tier 9, heavy American heavy tank. Wait a minute, heavy American heavy tank, because as opposed to a medium American heavy tank. Sometimes that happens. Anyway, this video was, or this replay was sent in by Draco142 and was approved by myself. I just went through and I saw these two M103 replays. I just kind of looked in the email and there they were, and I wanted to look at them because I have this kind of a thing for the M103. It's a beastly tank. The gun is pretty much a tier 10 gun. It's just a slight difference on the T110E5. And this thing is a serious beast. It's got good mobility. A lot of people say the armor sucks, but if you know how to play this tank, the armor is actually pretty good. I was really surprised at how bouncy this thing is. The top plate is just insanely angled right there, so even though the armor of it looks really low, it's actually pretty hard to pen the top plate there. You know, and they're gold rounds, you can pretty easily pen it, and obviously, and then tier 10 high penetration guns, you have a fairly easy time penetrating it. But for your tier 9, it's really good. And again, the armor's pretty troll if you know how to play it. A lot of people say the turret armor is pretty bad. But there are only a couple spots where it's really weak, and not a lot of people know that. If you just shoot it right in the front there, look at how highly angled that is. Yeah, you're probably not getting through. I get a lot of bounces off the turret like that. I don't have this tank anymore, but when I was playing it, I got tons of bounces. I just love this tank. I think the thing that made it so badass for me is the gun is ridiculous. Like, you don't have to aim too much because it has high penetration value, which is, you know, 258, 400 damage. That's pretty good for tier 9. 258 is, well, it's good for tier 10, really. So a tier 9 gun with 258 pen, yeah, you're going to have a good game. It's also got good mobility, and so that helps you get around the battlefield, which you're going to see in this video right here, or in this replay. Again, this is an Arctic region. It's funny because the replay file says Mannerheim Line, so I would be fine knowing that it's Mannerheim. I mean, that just means I don't know exactly where that is, but I don't need it to be called Arctic region just because I'm American, you know what I mean? So anyway, it gets a good hit right there on the IS-8. IS-8 not really known for its armor. It also has pike armor, so having it at a slight angle like that is actually greatly disadvantageous. Man, that's a big word for me, huh? Disadvantageous. So he hits the 120 there, not only in the hardest part of his turret armor, but also at an angle, so there's no way it's going through. I think that's like, if I remember correctly, almost all those turrets have the same armor at the base, which is like 250 something. So it's not a good idea to be shooting right at the base of that turret armor, especially at an angle there. So he's trying, there you go, gets a real trick shot there, kind of on the T57 right in the turret, because the T57 really has no armor. It needs to be used more as a shock heavy, not like the, well, I guess he was kind of using it as a shock heavy, but you want to try flanking a little bit. You want to try, oh man, he could have had the IC-152 right there. So you can see they've kind of cleared out a little bit of the enemy here. And Draco decides to move up, which is probably a good idea. Now all his buddies are moving up. They're getting some kind of angling, they're doing some pincering a little bit on the enemy and putting some pressure on them now that their tanks are dead. This 120, this is really not a good spot for the 120 to be. So he goes down here. This is really a heavy's positioning, and so I don't know what he's doing here. When you have mediums with some mobility, you really don't want to get up close and personal to heavies. Unless you have flat terrain, it can kind of work if you can circle them a little bit, but this is definitely not flat terrain, so watch what's going to happen. So Draco's like, oh, okay, we want to go face to face. I can do that. Face to face style, how'd you like it? So he does get hit right there as he crests in his underbelly. He also got hit pulling out with his side armor previously, which was not a good idea. Now he gets hit again right in the side of the turret, which is really hard in the 103 to dogfight with it because it's easy to get shot in the quote-unquote side of the turret. Because while it's highly angled face-to-face, or front-wise here, you know, from about 100 or 200 meters, when you're really up close, it's kind of easy to get a shot. You know, look how it flattens out really easily, so it's pretty easy to get hit in the turret. But he did get hit in the turret ring, which is why his turret got stuck, and why he got shot, actually. I just actually realized that. I watched this a couple times, and he does get hit in the turret right there. The turret ring. So that locks him, and he gets a pretty nice shot, though, still on the 120. It was slightly luck, just because it happened to be where he could pen with that 258, which it's a lot easier to make the kind of shot with when you know you have the pen. So yeah, you can see he got hit there in the underbelly by the 120. The 120 did a pretty good job dogfighting him because you really don't want to dogfight one of these M103s up close like that when you're in a medium tank. So he did get a couple nice bounces. Again, this tank is very heavy at the buckle right there, or at the turn. That's where it's the heaviest probably for its armor, which is a lot like the M4 and other similar tanks from that era where they have that bulge in the bottom where the transmission is. That was heavily protected. That's probably their strongest armor is. So even though it's kind of technically the lower plate in the M4, and I know the M1 has that, or no, the T1, sorry. The M6 also has it, that bulbous lower plate. So he's using the terrain really good right here to his advantage. Pops over just enough to get a hit on that WT right there. Waffle tractor. Get another good hit. They're really working that E50. The E50 goes down in flames. The E50 and the Waffle are working them. They should have, well, they got pincer, so there was really nothing they could do about it. But it was a good idea for Draco to go back. This is a very, very close game, and just pushing ahead while all those enemies are in your base, or getting close to being in your base, just not a great idea. The guys at base were barely holding them off, and the E50 died from it. So he made a good decision to come back and pincer those guys. That pretty much would have been the end of the game, in my opinion. If they'd have left those guys there, they would lose this game. Right now, it's close. They're only up one tank, and they actually just killed the guy, E50 or E75. Good tank. So really good decision so far. Again, I like heavies because it's just my play style to get in people's face and kind of dogfight and catch them at weak points. You have a split second to catch people. I like that, and it's not so well. Medium play and TD play are, well, everything but heavy tanks is much more map dependent and gamble. And yes, it's not. I'm not saying there's no skill involved. What I'm saying is, it's a gamble when you make a move on an area where you are not exactly sure who's there. Okay, there's always a risk there. Now, over time, as you've played that playstyle for a long time, you can get used to how and when you think that lane's going to be open. And you get just much better at making that kind of decision. But it takes a lot of games. It takes a lot of medium play. It takes a lot of analysis of your own gameplay to figure all that out. That's something I don't think every gamer can do, or every WoT gamer can do. I think most can't. But the heavy play style, you almost always know where your enemy is because you're usually closer up in person. Your mobility is not too crazy, so you can just use your front, your front armor to help you poke out, spot people, do the different things like that. So coming up, looks like he's fixed his turret, which is probably a good idea. Turret rotation is kind of a big deal in the M103. It helps you with that mobility. Now, he could have gone around those trees to not alert the enemy where he was, but there's not that many left, first of all. And second of all, he needs to not waste time. He's trying to help this T95. So the T95 looks like he just slid down the hill. Probably not getting out of that, especially since it's a T95. Yeah, there he goes. The E100 pushes him down the hill, basically. E100, enough horsepower to get back up, but not expecting this. Boom! In the side of your face, anyway. And he rams him for 165, and then the Artie nails him. So good teamwork there, because that Waffle would have just waffled him probably if he was loaded. He would have been 2 shots, you're dead, and that Waffle reloads so fast, he would have easily got the kill. So it looks like they had an Artie over there, but the Artie's dead, so I don't know, maybe it was a counter battery? I wasn't watching the friendly artillery close enough to know if that was a counter battery shot or not. So great game so far by Draco. If you're looking at the stats, not the greatest stats here for win rate and stuff, but as you can see, win rate's not everything, stats aren't everything. You can still have great games, you can still have people that are good at tanks. Maybe he just is really great at the M103. Maybe his other tanks he doesn't, he doesn't have such a great time. So boom! Leopard goes down, side of the face. Glass, that's a glass jaw right there on the Leopard's turret. Hit him right in the face. That was awesome. So he's got 480 hit points left. Pretty much either of these tanks I think can take him down. Yeah, E100 or the Waffle 4 could easily I think they can one-shot him. If not, it's 2 shots, but I'm pretty sure it's 1 shot. Maybe not from the Waffle 4, but I'm not positive. So this team's doing a lot better. Draco really helped out. in two spots, really. Helped with that pincer move, which is actually the IS-7, Draco, and I think one other guy, which was a good idea. One guy doing that would have been a lot more risky, but three guys took them out quickly so that they could save the T-95. But Draco not quick enough to help out the T-95 from basically getting pushed off the hill by that Waffle 100. That was a pretty cool move, though, by that Waffle. It's pretty hard to push a T-95. They're really, really heavy, and their engines are pretty hardy. So, again, that would be a pretty tough tug-of-war. I'm actually not sure how he did get pushed off, but he did, whatever. The Waffle 100, I'm sure, has a decent engine, but it's a fairly light tank, I think, compared to the T-95. Again, I haven't looked at the stats. That could be completely wrong. Just going off what I know about those two different tanks, it seems like if it was a T-95 versus Waffle tug-of-war there, that the T-95 would win. Maybe he was already slightly down the hill anyway, and so he just needed to get bumped and he fell off. So, Friendly Artie saying, I got 3 seconds left on my reload. That's pretty cool. And I wish, oh yeah, okay, so the Friendly Artie has 23,000 games. That's pretty insane. I don't know what the two numbers are beside the win rate there. I know obviously what the 6K or 13K means. It's how many games you played. But I'm not sure. 35 and 34. Not positive what those numbers are. Anyway, he's just waiting here for those guys to come up, which is probably a good idea. Pretty sure they're pushing after they cleared the 9-0 there. So he gets ding. He gets a ding shot. Really lucky that was a ding shot, because that either could have taken him out or sent him down into the, you know, sub 100 hit point range. Where did he get hit? I think he was just checking that. Let's look. I don't see a new paintball. Oh, I think it's the side of the turret, like a glancing shot. See it? Pretty sure that's the shot that just came in. So it just glanced off the side of his turret, which is very unfortunate. Which also is strange, because these are two German guns, and usually German guns are very, very accurate. So not exactly what happened there. Not exactly sure. Maybe the guy figured I don't have to aim, so... Oh, don't fall off! That could be really bad. Wow, that would be a real big anticlimactic ending to this game, wouldn't it? So, I think my frame... Oh, is that my frame's 27? Yeah, I probably need to go in there and change some settings. Usually it's smoke or something like that. Somebody was saying turn off some of your mods. Well, yeah, of course, but I don't think sound mod is really... Sound mod can't hurt my FPS. I really don't know what could hurt it. I guess the paintball mod could. I'm almost positive, though, it's that smoke. Every time I leave that smoke on, I have issues. So, probably just need to go into my video stuff and just change it a little bit. So, no, they're coming. I just got hit. Yeah, so he knows they're there. He just can't spot them. So, they're just kind of waiting it out. You know what? I think what it is, though, is so are the TDs. 2-something minutes left. It would be really bad for this to be a draw. That would be just really unfortunate. So, there's the Waffle 4. And so what do we have on the friendly side here? T95. Oh, the T95 has 23 games. 23K games. How did he get out of that? He unstuck himself. How did he do that? Wow. Wow. Amazing. So, here's the E100. Oh, it tries to do a snapshot. No good. E100 has 1,600 hit points. That's going to be tough to take down with the amount of hit points that Draco has anyway. Because you're going to get... Well, this guy almost one-shot you anyway, because he hits for 1,000, so... So he's tracked. Let's get in here. Right on the corner. Didn't pen the armor. You did it too much into the side, into the front there. Should have done it. Oh, and he gets nailed by... I think the Waffle 4 got him right there. So, really good game. 3,700 damage there. Really did a great job helping out his team. Again, the win rates are not everything. You can see he had a really good game there. So, T95 takes out the E100, and I'm kind of glad that Draco recorded the rest of this game. So, really good job there. I'm not going to watch it too close. We're just going to do a little bit of fast forwarding because the M103, you know, Draco's dead, so I don't really care what these guys do. I just want to see if they win. T95, slowest moving tank, seems like ever. So that Waffle can probably circle him. I don't know why it's being so aggressive. Well, actually, now I know why. It's one-on-one. So that's the game, and it's a draw. It is a draw. I can't believe it. So no ×2 bonuses there, no win bonuses. A draw is like a loss, guys. A draw is like a loss. You might as well just go for it and try to get the win, because if you draw, you're definitely you lose basically. So we're gonna look at the end plates here when I fire up the next game. Hold on a second, guys. So here's that second game. This was sent to me by Cool Hand, again approved by me, M103. This isn't a tier 9 game, which is a little bit different. Let's get to the plates before we look at this game too much. So yeah, draw, really unfortunate. Mastery tier 3, really good game. Really, it's just good decision making is what he did. So let's look at plate 2 here. So it looks like he's got, I didn't sort by damage, did I? Oh well. He got 3,700 damage, really awesome, 4 kills. 750 XP, and the detailed report, 3,700 damage again. It's really about decision making. This was a tier 10 game, so that's pretty good for a tier 10 game in your tier 9 M103. Anyway, let's get back to this game. This game is on Pearl River. Really awesome map. I kind of like, well, I like this map, kind of. I actually like Arctic Region better, or Mannerheim Line better than this map. I don't know why, really. The newer maps have too much foliage and crap everywhere. I don't really like that. Not that I like really wide open maps or anything, but I just like the newer maps better, or the older maps better. So anyway, they're kind of just waiting at the bridge here. Those tanks have to cross the bridge to get through here, so this is kind of a good idea. So 2 guys go ahead anyway, so well, we might as well all go. Might as well support them instead. Not everybody's gonna go though, I'm sure. Anyway, what do you guys think of the rebranding? It's pretty cool, and the T-34 gets hit twice, just, putting his side armor out there like a noob. But anyway, what do we think about the rebranding? The intro is really cool, especially one of my buddy Johnny from Ego actually worked on that. Totally pro bono. I asked him if I can pay you some cash or something, because he offered to do it, and I said, well, I can pay you, man. Like, I mean, I make money off YouTube, so I don't mind spreading the love around if you're helping me out like that. And he said, no, it's free. Don't pay me. Just, I guess, tell everybody I built it. So I was like, yeah, sure, I can do that. So here's IS-6, pretty hardy tank, but not really in the tier 9 game. You're gonna get beat up pretty bad by this 258 pen gun, especially. So, Cool Hand doing a really good job right here. Just taking pot shots at people, 1,200 damage already. Just getting tons of damage on these guys. R2-D2 number 2 is a great spot to hit, apparently, for this gun. R2-D2 number 1 is my favorite spot, the bigger R2-D2, but I guess the smaller one probably is a weak spot as well. I've never really shot at it. So here's R2-D2 number 1. Boom! In your face. How are these guys doing? And they're getting worked over a little bit. The T-34 never has ballsed up again since he got jacked up, just rolling out there like a noob. So he gets hit again. 365 damage. But he's spotted, obviously. So STI just ballsing it through here, just like a Russian. And it's working, except Cool Hand tracks him. So this is why they say stopped in your tracks, huh? Boom! Right in the lower plate. Right in the face. He says, I don't care. Get out of my kitchen. Except the STI gets through. Well, we got some friendlies back there. We don't have to worry about them too much. Let's try to save that. No, the T-34 dies. So Cool Hand is now about to get descended upon by like 5 or 6 tanks here. He gets tracked. He still hasn't taken much damage, just 1 shot to the face. And here comes the damage now. A KV-4, an IS-6, they're all coming down on him. But firstly, the enemy makes a huge mistake you're about to see. This was a really good game. This would be a really fun game. So he hits the KV-4. The KV-4 gets set on fire. The KV-4's gun is also damaged. The KV-4 gets nuked by the Arty. If you can kill tanks on that bridge, you're good to go. So 45 damage. Somebody shot him with HE. It's kind of odd. So KV-5 getting nuked in the face. T-28 Prote gets the kill there. Cool Hand doing tons of damage to this enemy team. 5,000 so far. Just lighting them all up, saying, get back. So he gets the kill there on the IS-6. They're still coming. KV-5 and IS, and there's a guy on the bridge still. And, oh, backs up just enough so he just catches the other side of the track there in the corner. Not going to do any damage doing that, but does get a nice track on him. And it looks like the T-28 is the guy raining shells over the top here. Let's just do a pause and let's check. I'm pretty... Yeah, T28 Pro is lobbing those shells over the top as people focus on Cool Hand, which is exactly what mediums or heavies are about. You're soaking damage for your team. Now, luckily, these people aren't, you know, using too much gold, or I don't know, they're not getting too many pens. He's shaking his turret around, trying to keep these guys from hitting his weak spots. KV5, probably not going to be able to have a good time shooting Cool Hand in the front. ISU-152 can load a heat shell and easily do 386 damage to Cool Hand. Just have to hit him in the cupola and you're going to get tons of damage. So he comes out, tries to get a pot shot on him. Can he do it? Yes, he takes his time there. It's interestingly enough, without zooming in too much, there was actually probably more zoom he could have had. So he helps take all those tanks out, the T28 and Cool Hand take all those tanks out. KV4 oblivious to what's happening behind him. And getting hit in the back of the dome now. Bam! KV5 saying, best M103, good job. Enemies giving you props, you know you did a good job. That's a good enemy teammate right there. You know, not talking smack, just saying, you know what, good game, M103, good job. Look at that. The Walking Dead there with white tanks, well, they're not really going anywhere. They're all dead. Wow, look at that. Enemy team wasteland right there. Good job, Cool Hand. That was insane. Again, the mistake the enemy made right there was 2 or 3 of those guys went to the bridge. They should have taken out Cool Hand. That was just not a good idea to pass that guy up and just let him sit there, you know, pretty hull down. You can't let American tanks be hull down like that. They're just gonna ruin your day. So as you can see, he did ruin their day. Let's fast forward a little bit right here because it gets a little boring. He's just kind of rolling through here. There's some enemy tanks on the other side now. Really, just the team's just playing cleanup now. So those guys are dead. Cool Hand pulling into the enemy cap here. There's the T-54. T-54 does get a kill on the Pershing, and that should be pretty easy as a T-54. So, Cool Hand gets spotted. Again, I really want to get 6th Sense on some tanks. But really, I really want Brothers in Arms first. So, I just don't think it's... Well, again, it's situational. Personally, for me, it's situational. Most people just get it every time. I kind of like Brothers in Arms just because it actually improves the tank stats themselves. It's not huge, but it is an improvement. 6th Sense improves your gameplay because you know when you're spotted. That's nice, and then you just have to back up for a few seconds and hopefully you're you know, under cover again. But I don't know. It's good, but it's like usually I can see the enemy, or dogfighting, or I'm getting shot at or something, and I need to make some moves. I don't know. I guess it's up to you. The nice thing about not doing Brothers in Arms, though, is you don't have to have all your crew take a skill. You know, you don't have to, and it has to be at 100%. So you don't have to have that with 6th Sense. Just the commander has to have 100% in 6th Sense. So I don't know. There's that. There's that, I guess. So what I was talking about, and what is this? Is that, see that blue square right above his turret right there? See it? It's right on the white line now. I'm putting it on the white line. What is that? Because it doesn't go away. Like if I do this, it's still there. If I hide the UI, it's still visible. I can't click it, I don't think. Well, it's not visible now anyway, so I have no idea what that is. If you know what that is, please tell me. So anyway, yeah, the rebrand, I think I've needed that for a while. My, especially my banner has been about War Thunder for so long, and I don't even play that game currently right now. I am doing closed beta tanks a little bit. So he does get spotted there. And good, he gets a nice track on the T-54. And the T-54 is a sit and duck now if he could just reload in time. Stop moving around. In my opinion, well, I usually like to wait a little bit before my shot to make sure I'm already zoomed in right when the timer ticks down. How many hit points did he have? I didn't really even... I didn't even notice how many he had. I wasn't paying attention. So now he's hidden. T-54 probably has 6th Sense as well. Seems like everybody has it. I heard, oh, he has 750. So 2 shots from Cool Hand here. Cool Hand is probably 2 shots from death, possibly 1. But anyway, I'd heard that the Russians wanted to, or they're really Belarusians, because calling a Belarusian Russian is, I heard it's kind of a bad thing. So anyway, I heard they're going to take out 6th Sense, but they haven't done it so far. So, boom! Right in the side of the face for the kill. Really nice game, Cool Hand. Let's talk about your plates real quick here while the game's still dying down. We got first plate here, Mastery Ace Tanker. High caliber, which is caused damage must be at least 20% of the total hit points of the enemy vehicles. That is insane. Nice elite metal there. Caused damage should be at least 1,000. Player must not hit any allies. If 2 or more players have caused equal damage to the enemy vehicles, the achievement is awarded to the player who earned more XP. Can be obtained in random battles only, so cool. Steel Wall, which is very cool, and then Confederate, because he had so many hits on guys that he did not get kill shots on. I think the T-28 was getting most of those kill shots. So, really good game there. Again, laundry list of damage to the enemy team. Spots 3 guys. Team score here, let's look at sort by damage. I don't think I did that in a screenshot. 6,824 damage, a nice damage total there, especially for an M103. 1,611 XP, awesome third plate. He does, let's see, direct hits, 22 direct hits, 21 pens. So he did a really good job picking out weak spots. 25 shots fired, so 3 missed. But the ones that did hit, did pen. And that's a lot of that is because of that 285 pen. Hits received 21, nice. Only penned him 11 of those times. Non-pens, 11. Potential damage received, 7,200. So, again, I told you, I don't know about how you guys' experience is with the M103, but I find it very trolly. The armor seems very trolly to me. It's the layout, not the raw stats of the armor. If you just look at the raw stats of the armor, it looks like crap. But it's the layout of the armor that makes it so awesome. So, still gets, with a premium account, 47,000 credits. Really nice. Again, nice game. It's for his ×2. That's even better. Really good game, cool hand. And send your submissions to dgnetsubmissions@gmail.com. Replay guys, I'll be sending out a replay pack, a nice full pack, probably in the next... Well, you probably already have it, because I think I'm putting this video out Monday. So anyway, enjoy the rebrand. Let me know what you think about the new intro, and I'll see you guys next time. Stay frosty.